This is my current setup. As you can see, it's not the largest room, and even getting into the room is an issue, with a small gap between the wall and my desk. So, I wanted to optimise and change it. In order to figure out what was the most optimal way to lay out my room, I threw my room dimensions into a floor plan generator, and then afterwards chucked in all the furniture that I currently had in the office in as well. Looking at potential layouts and rearranging the furniture, I realised that in order to resolve my main bugbear of being able to get into the room easily without hitting my desk, I needed to throw my desk on the other side of the room. However, there's one fatal flaw in that plan. The cupboard. Because of the desk length, it meant that whenever I would try to open the cupboard door, it would just smash into the desk and only open partially. Initially, I thought I had two options. Cut down the desk, which I didn't really want to do, or stop using the cupboard, which again, I didn't want to do. Neither of those were ideal, so I scrapped both of those. And instead, just came up with a simpler solution of get rid of the door. There were a few options out there for me to do to resolve this issue, but after some consideration, I decided I'm not going to use a door at all. And in fact, I'm going to use a door curtain. There are specific curtains that you can buy now to fit doorways, and for me there are actually two benefits. Not only do I now not have a door to worry about, but when I'm recording videos like this, my voice is no longer bouncing off a solid surface. So with that in mind, I had to decide what to do with my existing Ikea Calyx unit that I was using as both storage and a platform to film B-roll on. That was fine as a temporary measure, but to get what I felt like were decent B-roll shots, I had to really compromise in either doing particularly styled shots or get really close up so that you didn't see the messy storage underneath. How do you solve both those issues, all whilst being able to match the theme of your room? I came up with some right daft ideas. At one point, I was going to remodel my garage and put a workstation in there for me to film B-roll out of. However, it's not very well treated, it would have looked dreadful, and there's no power to the garage either. In the end, I decided to keep it much more simple. I'm just going to create an L-shaped desk. I could have storage underneath, I can resolve all the issues about the space that I need, and it can still be very usable. I had the plan in mind, and just like you've seen on all the various other setup videos and all the videos that you saw about home offices at the start of lockdown, I was going to get another Ikea Carby worktop, some Alex drawers, and be on my way. There was only one issue for me in terms of that. I went onto the Ikea website to have a look at the Alex drawers, and in the UK they only do them in two colours, white or light oak, neither of which are suitable for the theme of this room. So that was a no, and I couldn't be bothered to buy two sets of Alex drawers for 70 quid each, and then sand them down, buy some primer, prime them, buy some paint or wax or stain, then do that with them, all just to get the matching theme I wanted. Ironically, I accidentally found myself at one point on the American version of Ikea, where they did have the right colour, so that's fabulous. I had to settle for something else, and in the end I found the Ikea range of cabinets and cupboards which suited me down to the ground. Right. So the plan was an Ikea Carby worktop, some Ikea cupboards and cabinets. I'd already got some table legs, but I thought a few more to support wouldn't hurt either. I took my measurements and realised I only needed 1 metre of worktop behind me. Great. And I know Ikea do custom length worktops. So I go in, ask for a metre, they provide that. We're all hunky-dory, right? Right? Well, Ikea do standard sizes as well, and for context, their smallest one they do is 186 centimetres, which costs £180. So 180 quid for just under 2 metres. At a metre, you're probably looking at about £100, right? Right? Wrong. For 1 metre, custom cut length of Ikea Carby from Ikea in the UK, it is £300. The cost nearly doubles for getting nearly half the product. It made no sense, but that was the decision made for me. I was going to get more than I needed, just so I can technically save money. After our trip to Ikea, in which I inadvertently saw a mother and daughter arguing, because I don't know what furniture they were buying, but the daughter had took the measurements for it. However, she took the measurements in both centimetres and inches, but didn't know which one she'd measured in which. Good times. I returned home, cut the desk to length, and now I have a spare bit of desk in my living room which I have zero idea of what to do with. Either way, I then began the process of dismantling my setup and moving it all out the room before then setting up the desks, fitting the new table legs, inadvertently bending a drill bit as I was doing that, which I'm taking as an achievement, and then begun the arduous process of putting everything back together. There are currently some compromises in storage, and I'm going to work on that in the near future, and in the meantime I know I do have to throw away some bits in my office that I just simply don't need or use right now. Just the ability to walk into this office and not hit anything, be able to pull back my chair the whole way, sit, and then be able to work with my work kind of surrounding me just feels awesome. My only issue, which is my own fault, is my ability to do any sort of decent cable management. I don't understand how people do it. They must know something I don't. There are some snagging issues which I'm dealing with, but that always happens in every project you do regardless, so you just deal with it as it comes. In the meantime, I will continue to enjoy this room and to create new content for yourselves. With that in mind, if you're enjoying the content you see, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. I've got some videos in mind over the next few months, such as building a new small form factor PC or discussing the ever more confusingly array of budget mice. But that's all for me folks for today. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. Goodbye.